to the vlog. This week, we're going to talk about self-care. Had a little bit of an issue last week. I wasn't doing my self-care. Wasn't doing it right. So I have vowed to get back to my normal routines and not let the stress of the current situation get me down. I have to be strong, have to keep pushing through. But this morning we have a doctor's appointment, 7:30. I scheduled them early because I don't like to go all day without eating. Been there, done that last week. Last week I had to have a couple of days where I had just liquids or very, very soft foods. This may not be the best vlog entry that I've ever done because I'm still half asleep. I did have coffee. I can have black coffee. Yeah, we're gonna go through all the self-care routines and things that I normally do, and some of them I've just not been very good at lately. I gotta get on the move before I'm late. And now the cat's in my way. Well, I think that went well. You know, I did the labs. I can never find any blood in my arms. I'm not really living, y'all. They did have to take it from my hand, and that worked really, really well. It was just a no-brainer there. Coming out of the doctor's office, you probably saw the clip. I have my little poop sample I have to send back in. But at least there's no colonoscopy until I'm 70. But this was the last time that I will get to see my doctor, Dr. Perret. He has been an excellent doctor all through the years. He actually gave me a hug, and I also told him if he ever wanted to keep up with my channel, he's welcome to. So I had sent him a card a little earlier when I learned he was retiring, because I really wasn't sure if I'd see him again. So many, many years. I think I started coming to him probably back in 2008. That's when we moved here. He's been a great doctor, and I'm gonna miss him. I told him, I said, we've only had really one disagreement all these years, and that was over whether to take statins or not. You know, there's a lot of people that don't really want to take statins because of the way that they make your muscles feel, brain fog. You know, and we try to just take care of ourselves naturally. And I chose the natural option. And that's what George is choosing too. Maybe it's a bad decision. Maybe it's a good one. Kind of the health nutritionists have kind of been saying, let's not do the statins. So I don't know. It just depends on who you talk to. I'm actually going to go and get an acai bowl. I've been craving it. I've been wanting it. Trying to decide if I want to get something different, but I think not. I get stuck on the same thing and I can't get past it because I'm afraid I'm not going to like the new thing. All right, so let's go do that now. And then I'm going to go home because I have a big list of things to do. You guys, I did this whole video segment and I thought something is not right about that. And I checked it and I only took a photo. So anyway, I was trying to tell you guys that I was going to make myself do a different one next time because I saw they had one that had mango in it. I love mango. This one is the PB Swizzle, I think is what it's called. I'm at Smoothie King. And it's got the acai base, blueberries, strawberries, bananas, granola, and the PB Swizzle. It is so good, but I'm gonna make myself branch out. Sorry about the lighting. You know, we're just vlogging on the go here. I'm gonna eat this, head home, and then we're gonna talk about supplements. See you when I get home. Guys, so let's talk supplements here. I actually have a little system here where I have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then I just keep my magnesium and melatonin by the bed. But I do have a list here so that I know what I'm doing. I have a picture of that I keep in my iPhone photos so that when I go to the doctor, I can tell them what all I'm taking. So let's just talk about some of these supplements and why I have chosen to take them. Before we go any further, I did want to say a couple of things. First of all, the disclaimer is, don't ever take anything unless your doctor approves it, or take it at your own risk. I am not a professional, but I can tell you that my doctor is aware and approves of all of these supplements. It looks like a lot, but folks, if we got what we needed in our food, I wouldn't have to take these things. So there you go. Just wanted to throw that out there. Hey guys, I don't want to spend the entire video talking about supplements, but I do want to talk about them enough so that it might be helpful to someone. So I always take my blood pressure in the morning because it has a little bit of a water pill in it. And I find that if I take it at night, I'm not drinking water to supplement enough, and it dries me out, and it's just better if I take it in the morning so that I can drink water all day long, because it will definitely dry me out. I also take Integrative Active B Complex. I take this because it really helps my mood. When I started taking Active B Complex, and somebody told me if you're taking B12 you need to take B6, so I just looked it up, and this one was a good one, and I can tell a difference if I do not take it. It helps me with my nerves, it helps me with my mood. I don't know how to explain it, but I can definitely tell if I haven't taken a dose or two. I mean, it really impacts me that quickly. Vitamin D3. This is what I've always taken, and it has always worked. I take 5,000 IU. It helps with immune health, but more than anything, it kind of keeps me from hurting. It kind of keeps me from being tired. It gives me energy. I have found during my life, whenever my legs have felt really weak, like, the kind it's just hard to get up and move, if I take D3, it solves that issue. It takes away the spaghetti legs. So, I can also tell if I have not taken that. I take one a day during spring and summer. Fall and winter, I will increase my amount. A lot of times I will have days where I take 2 of them because I'm just not getting much sun. We're not in and out as much. Critical for me. I started taking this. It's Nordic Naturals Ultimate Omega Minis. It's fish oil. It says they're miniature. They are pretty easy to swallow, but they're not the big honkers, I just cannot do that. And that's why I'm taking this brand. So I don't know if it's helping me or not, but I can tell you my blood pressure was spot on today. I was so proud of myself, and I haven't even taken my blood pressure in 24 hours. Well, I just did, but it was after my doctor's appointment. All right, one of you guys helped me with this, and that is that the MK7 and the vitamin K2 helps me absorb all my other supplements, and so this is what I'm taking for that. I don't know if it's helping or not. I hope it is. And I have a prescription aspirin, which I really like because it has a nice coating on it, and I think it's free. My doctor actually added a baby aspirin because I do not take statins, and I had high cholesterol, so that's what they recommended to me instead. All right, for the lunch grouping, The supplements I take with lunch: red yeast rice. I believe it's supposed to help with blood pressure, cholesterol type situations. Honestly, I've not been very faithful at taking this because I had it scheduled to take in the late afternoon, and by the time I get to my schedule, then I just ignore it because there's no day left. So it gets left behind. But I have moved it up to lunch now, and I'm having to set an alarm for those late afternoon dinner supplements that I'll talk about in just in a minute. This comes recommended to me by friends, and I'm going to be better at taking that. Also, these next 3 supplements are actually for my tummy. And since I started healing myself from diverticulitis, I've been doing this, taking aloe vera gels. I did stop taking it for about 3 months and then started taking it again recently because I did have some stomach issues last week. So I immediately ordered it from Amazon, and it does support your digestive health, but it's not recommended that you take it ongoing forever and ever and ever. It suggests that you do take breaks with it. Women's Probiotics. This is one of the brands that I really like to use. Doctor's Recipes. It also has its probiotics, prebiotics, plus cranberry. I always alternate my probiotics so that I have a little bit different stuff going in, you know. So once this is empty, matter of fact, it's about time for a new one, I will have a different one and start taking that. I try to always get strains that are good for leaky gut or diverticulitis. And then there is the apple cider vinegar. I really don't like having to drink it with the water and the lemon, although I did last week. This actually does have ashwagandha in it. So it is apple cider vinegar. It reduces stress and promotes relaxation. I didn't even know that. I just take it for my gut because apple cider vinegar is really good for your gut. All right, so for the dinner supplements, we have calcium citrate, which is recommended by my doctor. He didn't recommend the brand. He just told me I needed to take calcium. And that is because the bones are getting less dense and it's highly needed. And then I started taking this a few years ago, turmeric, curcumin. That was also for the tummy, but I recently found out that it also helps with inflammation. We'll have to talk about bedtime. At nighttime, I take magnesium. I think that has really helped me with my sleep and just overall regulation. I don't like to be without it. Also, I do a couple of squirts of a sleep spray, melatonin. It is safe. You can do your research, but you only want to do a certain milligram amount per day. I think it's 3 grams. All right, so this is my favorite brand for the melatonin. It's called On It. And Amazon was out. I was very, very disappointed because I have used this one for so long. Well, guess what? I am back at the doctor's office to drop off a little sample. There is a little biohazard bag inside. I really didn't want to be traipsing through their office with it. It was embarrassing enough coming out of the office with the big thing you poop in. Like, there was just no hiding that. But I just hurried out the door and videoed it for all of America to see and beyond. But now we're back, and I figured, why not just do the right thing, get it over with, and bring it back. There has been a time in the past where I had one of those where I just couldn't bring myself to do it. This is self-care, folks. This is self-care. I'm gonna go drop this off. They think I'm bringing nice presents. Hey guys, well, it is Tuesday now. I have a little bit of cup of coffee going here. It's been kind of a quiet day. I have been making sure that I had a quiet day because I need a quiet day. Part of what I did today was to have a long Devo. I'm actually starting Job. I did get through with Genesis. I'm doing a little Devo chronologically as far as how everything unfolded in the Bible on a timeline. Genesis is first, and now Job. Finished Genesis yesterday. I don't know how many pages this is, but this is all my notes on Genesis. A few hours earlier. It's so important that I get this time. It grounds me every day. I try to find a place where I'm looking out the window, letting the sun come in, just getting this time to spend in God's Word and guide my life. It reminds me that God is with me. It gives me information that I need for my day. And most of the time it's applicable. Right now, I'm studying Job, and this is probably a period of time where I need to know that my faith is grounded and that I'm going to have patience through the process of moving mom, selling her house, going through all the estate sale stuff, getting her settled and getting her happy. It's a lot. We still have our lives to live, and family and friends and sanity. I could not do my life without this. Out of everything we talk about this week for self-care, this is probably the number one thing that I can do to help myself. This and prayer. I am doing a journaling study, and I've talked about this many times. I'm taking verse notes, I'm writing down life applications, prayer intentions, things that I'm learning that I need to take from this and put into prayer for my life. I want to be able to review the life applications later on. I also look up keywords. I talk about the key characters, like in Job. It's going to be Job, Satan. I just keep a sheet on all these things. Have a sheet for each section, and it has been very enlightening because I have learned so much more doing this journaling method. All right, guys, I'm going to get back to my study here and get on with the day. Every day I try to find a little bit of time to read and spend with the dogs. It relaxes me so much. And this is what I'm reading right now. And I also try to find time to write. I don't always get it done, but I try. Also, I like to play Hot Pot Go, and this is what it looks like. And you try to find all the ingredients from the pot and put it in the plate. And sometimes the ingredients are not at the top yet, and so you have to find one and put it in the holding spot. But if you use all your holding spots, it's too late and you have to watch an ad to get back to your game. The ads are a little annoying, but I love the sound of how the pot boils. It settles me somehow. Here's a little listen. And now, back to where we were. I have been trying to take it easy today and just, give myself some grace and some time. George and I are going to a movie tonight. We have to be there at 4. It is almost 3 now, so we need to be going soon. As part of the self-care routine is just connecting with others, getting away, having a little date night, just, whether it's with yourself, your spouse, have a little time out. And I really need that. I did some blogging today. Wasn't really planning on doing that, but I wanted to, so I did it. That's in my regular blog, lesshustlemorecoffee.com. And so it's been kind of a slow day. I did dust and clean up my office. You know, it was like my personal space. Just took the time to do that. And I have worked on my password program. I switched everything from LastPass to Bitwarden. And it has taken me several weeks to get all my passwords over. Let's go see The Devil Wears Prada 2, and I'll let you know if I liked it. Hey guys, it is Wednesday. It's doggy daycare day. It's also a no makeup zone here. I have a lot planned today, but it is a wonderful quiet day at home. So excited about that. I'm fixing spaghetti for dinner, so I'm going to prep some of that and lay it out and get it ready, so that at 5 p.m. when I'm deep into a project and I have to stop and cook, I'll be ready to go. The things that are on my to-do list, I do have some YouTube things that I need to do. All of my normal stuff that I do, like my Devo, a little bit of exercise. I'm going to be drinking my water. Hydration is key. We cannot forget that. When I get busy, sometimes I forget that, but I fix a big jug of water. I call it a jug. It's just a big, tall container. I fix that early in the mornings after the coffee and chug on that all day. I usually refill it 3 times, once in the middle of the day and then again at night. And I try to use the same cup for a 24-hour period. Except sometimes I'll lose the cup. I'll put it in the top of a closet I'm cleaning, or I'll have it in the car with me and forget to bring it up, you know, and I'll be like, where's my water? Where's my water? It's worse than the phone. Where's my phone? I need to put a tag on it every day. I enjoy these quiet days. It's just kind of, you know, I'm always talking about my to-do list. And for a lot of people, that's really stressful. But for me, most of the things on my list are things that I want to do, and so it's always a challenge. It was that way at work too. It was always a challenge just to see how much I could get done. But I'm very detailed when I do things, so it takes me longer to get things done. But then when it gets done, you'll know most of the time it's done right. We're going to enjoy this day. I've started it off with coffee. I want to give myself a haircut, and I know. I just got my hair cut last week and paid $50 for it, and it's just not working for me. The problem was I didn't get it cut enough. And so I'm just gonna cut it today and kind of do what I know works. And it's probably going to be a little shorter than I want it, but I've got to have some relief during these busy days that we're about to have. I have a lot of things I need to do on the computer today. Some of it's for YouTube. Some of it is just personal things that I need to get done. I want to have some time to read and watch a TV show. So these days are important to me. I also have some house cleaning that I need to do because it's Dexter's doggy daycare. So I have to grind the coffee beans this week and try to get the vacuuming done. It's not try to, we're gonna. There's all that. And I guess that's all I can tell you this morning. We're just gonna hop to it and see what all we can get done today. I'm so excited. Tomorrow we go to Mom's to pack red birds and bowls. We've been talking about it for 2 weeks now. Maybe it will actually happen and the mover comes for the estimate tomorrow. I'll take you along for parts of the day today and we'll see what happens. Oh my goodness, my battery's about to die. Here we go. All right, so here's the haircut. Kind of went back maybe to the 80s, 90s, I don't know, maybe 70s. I just needed something different, something that I can just style and go. I was having problems with the bangs, and so yeah, we're shorter now. So just gave myself a little bit of layers in the front here. I did cut a little bit more in the back. I put a little bit of argan oil in it. I blew it dry, so naturally that makes it frizzy. The argan oil helps with that, and I think it'll get me through for about the next 6 weeks, and we'll see what happens from there. Really glad to have the bangs back. I pulled them back for so long, and if I decide that I want to do that, I've got my little clippies here. It may not be totally even, or maybe it's just the way I styled, but if I need to fix anything, that's the lovely thing about keeping scissors in your bathroom. So, all right, haircut done. That made me nervous. I prayed. I was like, Lord, just help me give myself the style I need. I don't want it too short, but I need it to be short enough to style without it being a big frizz pot. So I am having a really nice, cozy, quiet afternoon. I just mainly worked in the house a little while. I have a few household chores that I do every day, and so vacuuming and cleaning the kitchen was today's. I clean the kitchen almost every day. Sometimes George gets to it first. Mom's doctor called, and I don't really know what's going on with that. It's like they just keep really, really pressuring her to do this TAVR procedure. I can't tell if they're worried about her getting it in time, or if they're just trying to meet their, they have to get a certain number of people in. She kept saying she has to fly people in for the procedure, and so she told me they were going to go ahead and book it, and I'm like, well, why would you do that? Because she hasn't even agreed to do it, and she's going to make her decision after she moves. I told them that, and I said, you're welcome to call her. So she called her, and she basically said that Mom said the same thing that I said. And she said, I'm just going to go ahead and put her down for the 17th. And I said, well, I don't know that we'll be there that week. I said, we have family coming in. We have been looking forward to since Christmas. If it's just critical that she has to have this procedure on that date in that week, then, by all means, we'll do it. But it's like they just keep pressuring me. Like, I'm just starting to wonder. It's like, is this about money? I'm dealing with that today. I'm trying very hard to have a good self-care day. And it has been pretty quiet. I've been able to get all my YouTube stuff done. And I'm going to be doing a blog entry here. Going to be making spaghetti tonight. That's my comfort food. My numbers came in from the doctor. The cholesterol is really high. It's way higher than it was 2 years ago. I need to be working on that. If you have any experience with lowering cholesterol, let me know what your tricks have been. I've been doing some more research on the internet. I've been wanting to reduce cholesterol for a long time, and I've looked into all this before, and it basically boils down to eating lettuce, tomatoes, and, giving up all the things you love, like cheese and ice cream and hamburgers. So, but we're working on it. So I'm about to start another video. I'm going to need an extra video in the bag whenever we start to move Mom, I think. So I want to get like an extra one booked up for that time period. I'm a planner, so I just checking in with you in the afternoon. I'm moving along. I'm really getting things done today, and it's making me feel good. I really like a rainy day at home. We don't have a lot of rain. We're in a drought. Every time the rain gets to our area, it dissipates. And today it's kind of doing the same thing. It's just kind of skipping skipping over us, but I guess the Lord will give us rain when He wants us to have rain. That said, I'm going to go see if I can get some of the other things done on my to-do list. I do need to check on Mom. I want to work on some writing projects. I want to leave a blog entry. I'd kind of like to finish watching Virgin River. I'm in the fun part of the afternoon where I've gotten everything done I really need to. So now it's almost 3 p.m. and I have maybe 2.5 hours to get some things done. So, all right. I'm catching myself in the viewfinder here, and I am really liking the shorter layers. This is gonna work. I paid $50 for that haircut and ended up liking my own better. Hello everyone, it is Thursday already. I cannot believe it. This week is going by pretty fast. So today's the day I'm going to pack Redbirds and crystal bowls at Mom's. She has asked me to buy breakfast. I was already gonna get our lunch, probably from Uber Eats, because when I get busy, I don't want to have to leave to go get food. I mean, sometimes it'd be nice to have a day where food is not your primary concern. Those days are hard for us and our family because we love to eat. That's probably why my cholesterol is high. We're talking about self-care this week, and actually today I have a different, unique version to self-care. Self-care for me today is defined as this. Mom wants her breakfast, and she has requested McDonald's sausage egg McMuffin. My cholesterol is high, and I made the decision yesterday that I was going to do a better job. I'm being put to the test. Am I going to get a sausage egg McMuffin too? No. I started to get an egg McMuffin, but what I really think I need is the egg white grill from Chick-fil-A. It's a little bit healthier. The bread is healthier. It's not fried food. You know, it has a little bit of cheese on it. I can get a side of fruit there, and I really need the fruit. It's good for me, and I do well by it. So that's my version of self-care, is going to 2 fast food places, meeting the requests of others, and instead of doing like I always do and just comply and go with whatever and order 2 of those, it's like, no. Sometimes you have to make the difficult choice to do the difficult thing and go to 2 fast food places. Fast food is not the way to go. I could have dove just a little bit deeper and taken my yogurt on the go, but honestly, I'm not sure yogurt is going to hold me this morning till lunch. I kind of need a protein, a bigger protein, so I am going to go to Chick-fil-A and do the healthiest thing I can find on the menu. But 2 fast food stop before going to Mom's to not only keep her happy, but try to start keeping me healthy. That's your self-care pitch for this morning. We'll see what happens at lunch. Everything's secured. All right, I have packed most of that. I still have a few bowls. I've rinsed everything off in there. Just have a few that are drying, and I'm gonna put them in the little turquoise tubs here. The crystal is really heavy, so I'm having to put the crystal bowls in the bottom, and then we'll put Redbirds on the top. So I've got a little room there for Redbirds, and I'll be working on that this afternoon. But the mover estimate person is coming at 2 now instead of 1, but that's fine. It gives us time to eat lunch, and Uber Eats is on the way. The last time I used Uber Eats, I think, was when we moved Mom out of her house. So I told her, we're gonna do Uber Eats again. That way I don't have to leave. I can keep working, and that's our treat. That's our treat. I'm gonna get back to it. George is here now. He's packing up things that I packed for my daughter and my sister so that we can get those to them. We'll be seeing both of them soon. So we're making some progress today. Oh, and Mom thinks she wants to take her grandfather clock. But anyway, how you doing today, Mom?
I'm doing fine.
Good. She's up walking around trying to get ready because, we have food and people coming. And George is getting her mail. And
Bye-bye.
yeah. All right. Check in with you later. All right, guys, everything's coming together. The mover, less than $1,000, guys, with the possibility just extra $50 to bring anything back that doesn't fit. I mean, that was one of our big concerns. But the mover got in there, and Mom started telling him everything she wanted to take, and he was like, and you're going to assisted living to this place? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, well, you know those rooms aren't all that big, right? We kind of figured out a more reasonable amount of furniture to take, but it was very kind of him. He said, I think what we'll do is take 2 trips. We'll take the first load over. We'll also take, like her recliner and then some of the little boxes. And he said that way you all can have something to do. Very thoughtful. I mean, very thoughtful, He's like, y'all can be unpacking while we go and get the second set, and that way you're not waiting on us. I was just really impressed. Less than $1,000 or possibly 2 trips to get items big and small. And she asked him, will you hang my TV? And he said, well, I don't normally do that, but I could. And she said, hired. She's like, got a lot done today. The birds and the bowls are packed. We got the date we want, June 3rd, moving day. Now we know what to do with Mom, because he's gonna take the recliner on the first trip. It's just 20 minutes down the road. So they'll get that out for her, and she can sit there and supervise from her chair. I'm headed to the store to get some things for me for the next few days. And that kind of brings us to the point of nutrition, self-care, just making sure I have the right things at home to eat. Then I don't go hog wild eating things that I shouldn't. So today we had the gyro. I got rice. It was white rice, but I had the cucumber tomato salad, and I only had a few bites of the pita bread. I don't really like to eat a lot of the bread, but I did like the gyro meat, and I know that's red meat, but that's okay for now, because I'll be eating chicken tomorrow, and I'm gonna do my errands and go home. George has guys night, and I may have popcorn for dinner, but I may have a little bit of spaghetti. I've got a little bit of spaghetti from last night, so I'm gonna go have a good night, rest and relax, take care of me now. But I'm so pleased that everything is going well. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Hey guys, it is 5:20. George has left for guys' night. I'm nowhere near hungry. I'm gonna work on a video, but today we were just kind of talking about nourishment and eating right and self-care, and I had planned on today being the day that I talked about eating right, and it's like I don't eat right, but I'm gonna have to start eating better. I mean, we have pockets of eating right, and then we have pockets of eating really bad, especially when we're busy. But I did want to pop in and let you guys know that I got a little bit of fruit. I bought some blueberries, and then I also bought these oranges that it's one of George's friends last week, bought these pre-peeled orange slices over, and they were so good. It was kind of like little cuties that had already been peeled. I ate the fire out of those, and I thought I need some of those. And I know I'm not doing a complete haul here, but I was out of all my nuts. I've got almonds. Publix had a pretty good deal on them. They had some on sale. They had pecans and walnuts. I also bought yogurt, Greek yogurt. I've been eating Too Good yogurt, which has like 2 grams of sugar, but I ended up buying, it recommended for cholesterol that you have Greek yogurt. So it does have a little more sugar, just 4 grams. I'm not too worried about that. I thought I bought vanilla, but apparently I grabbed the wrong one. Sorry, I've got the phone. I'm using my phone and it's up in my face. I did buy some lean cuisines because we're going to be very busy. I bought a salad kit. So no haul. It was just all I could do to get up the stairs and get everything put up today. And I've done grocery hauls, I think, for the last 2 to 3 videos. Just saying, part of my self-care is that I'm trying to take better care of myself. So there you have it. That's today's nourishment, self-care. Nothing new or unusual. Just keep trying. That's all we can do. Just keep trying. And I can do better about my selections when I eat out. My arm's getting tired, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna enjoy my evening. I'm gonna try to get some more things done on the to-do list and watch a show because I have the TV all by myself and I don't have to share it. Gotta love that. And of course I gotta work on this video because it's the second video of the week. Bye guys, I'm gonna go have fun and enjoy my evening. Hey guys, Friday here. Today's self-care mask time. Let's just have a little mask talk here. I like to have a little mask talk about once every couple of months. I've been using Glam Up. I'm trying to use these up because I did get some more for Christmas that are newer. But let me tell you, I've had these for probably a couple of years and they're still wet, so they last a long time. I'm sure these are in my Amazon storefront. If you want to take a look at the Amazon storefront, it's in my description box. All of the things that we love, that we use in our household is on there. Sometimes things go out of stock. These should be on there. Again, I haven't looked to see if they still have them or not, but I do believe I have them linked. I did have a really good night's sleep last night. Just me scheduling some time off between other busy days is critical for me and my persona and my nervous system. So I'm just grateful that I don't have anywhere to go today and tomorrow. We have a busy few weeks coming up. And so I'm trying to, take care of myself and make sure that I don't schedule too much and that I schedule the downtime that I know I need in between all of those things. Self-care also brings taking care of your skin as well as your body. and mind and muscles. The skincare is important, and it's one that's been harder for me because I haven't always had really good skin. I had acne when I was younger, and it really kind of messed up my skin. It was an ongoing battle, and it was just absolutely horrifying as a teenager because I always had like acne and fever blisters and I don't know, all the things. But as an adult, I am so happy to say that, God is blessing me with better skin. And even though I have the scarring, I have to just accept that about myself and try to look the best that I can. And I have been pleased since I've been retired. I've had a little more time, to spend on it. And I do these masks. I try to do them about once a week or once every 2 weeks. I use La Roche-Posay. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but I love, love, love this brand. And George got me some for Christmas. It was one of the best things. This one is a double repair face moisturizer. And I really like the French facial products because they have very specific rules as to what they can put in their brands. And this is not sponsored. This is just a product that I like, and that I share products with you that I like. So this one I use after getting out of the shower every day, but I'm probably not going to do it today because I'm doing this one instead, and it leaves moisturizer on your face. Tonight I'll show you what I use for my nighttime routine. All right, I'm gonna go take this off, and I'm hungry for lunch. And then I got a video to edit. I do have a little bit of housework I need to do though. I've had to pay some of Mom's bills and do laundry, and yeah, I just keep on talking, don't I? I just keep on talking. That's what I do. Blah, 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 blah. For my nighttime routine, I use this sensitive makeup remover from Target and also CeraVe night cream and a cracked heel stick. I also use this retinol from the Dollar Tree, of all things, Global Beauty Care, and I alternate that between the CeraVe and the retinol. And then we got a rainstorm, and it was absolutely wonderful, helping our drought situation. I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and please give me a like if you like the video and leave me a comment. Let me know if it resonated with you. I know that with everything going on with Mom, I did not have time to just do a full-on self-care video, but I tried to give you all just a little bit of what's going on in my world, and I am truly trying to take care of myself and just sharing that with you guys. So it's just me, guys, just me trying to do the best I can, and there's a little bit. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and George is still fixing us wonderful meals, but we will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.